Hey guys, welcome back to another video. I'm Matt from the Two Bros podcast and the Shoulder Boys channel. So today I want to dive a little bit into the most recent news of LeBron James. If you haven't seen it, the NBA commissioner Adam Silver made a statement about LeBron still not signing with the team. Adam Silver said, "We have to finish up the schedule, and where LeBron plays affects the schedule. It will influence how we set the schedule opening week, Christmas, so I need him to make a decision." Of course, there's a lot of correct frustration towards LeBron from the NBA fans, but I wanted to dive into three people who I think are truly at fault here. So let's hop right on in. So, hey, number one, first off, is the man himself, LeBron James. As a Cavaliers fan, I got nothing but respect for LeBron, but we've seen his ego all over his 24-year NBA career, from not wanting to take any pay cuts to his infamous decision. He's wanted every single second of the spotlight, and that's exactly what's happening here. He's intentionally dragging this out so he stays in the media. And this is kind of the exact same thing we saw from Aaron Rodgers, where we eventually stopped caring and actually turned on him. Also from his, what's it called? I think it was a FanDuel event he was at yesterday. You could see everyone was trying to get something out of him, and he was almost playing and making a joke out of it. Tyrese Halliburton tried to talk to him about it, and he's like, "We talked about this backstage." It's clear as day he knows what he's doing, from his wishy-washy answers to his kind of inability to have any sort of just, what's it called, urgency on his part. He's doing this on purpose because he knows it keeps him in the spotlight for what is probably his final year. So the second person who I think is truly responsible for this is LeBron James's childhood friend and agent, Rich Paul. Look, it's no secret, Rich Paul doesn't care about the NBA or basketball. He cares about his fame and his money. From going on podcasts and openly telling the Lakers to trade Austin Reeves to actually trying to force Anthony Davis out of Washington, he's had some seriously shady actions. He's been one of the most problematic and selfish individuals we've seen in the NBA in a long time, and that's saying something. This is what happens when an agent thinks they're more important than a player to the league. They look at this as their way of keeping themselves in relevancy. And Rich Paul's done an amazing job. He's created a dominant sports agency, and I have nothing but respect for him in that sense, but we know he has his hands all over this. So finally, to me, we're going to come to prediction market apps like Polymarket and Kalshi. And to me, they've ruined the beauty of the NBA transaction. By allowing things like where players end up to be bet on, this enables a player to force their hands and drag out a decision, like we saw with Giannis. A lot of frustration we saw of people being like, why is Giannis a Kalshi partner? Why is Giannis like forcing hands because of Kalshi? Obviously, LeBron is not we don't know of LeBron or Rich Paul being with Kalshi or Polymarket, but things like this let the players know, first off, they're important. The players are important. I'm not going to take that away from them. They have the power when, at the end of the day, the fans have the power. We are the ones who say, hey, I'm going to go to a game. I'm going to buy this. So a prediction market kind of strips the power away from us and also costs us our money. Look, I have no problem with sports betting. I have done plenty of times where I've bet with my friends, sit in a room and we're like, oh my gosh, let's cook up a parlay. I think that's okay. But what happens is things like this take away from a quick parlay of a game to, I'm going to bet all of my money on where LeBron James signs. Like, I was on Twitter yesterday, and the amount of posts of the Warriors are now number one in call sheet, the Cavs are now number one in call sheet, the Knicks are moving, stuff like that. It really takes away from the amazing thing of an NBA offseason. Look, I get it. LeBron and Rich Paul are a problem, but I truly think the ultimate issue here comes to the awful prediction market sites. Look, once again, I love the NBA. I have been a fan of the NBA since I was a child. I literally became a Cavs fan because LeBron was drafted there, stuck with him after he left. Colin Sexton eras, Matthew Dellavedova, Anthony Bennett, Dion Waiters. I love it. The NBA has been one of the most amazing sports, but what's happening here is we are seeing this player movement which just kind of takes over everything. Now we're sitting here thankful that we're getting a Jordan McLaughlin signing, which is cool. I'm glad he got a re-signing, but we all want to see where LeBron ends up, and we know he's going to carry this out into August. We know that the whole attention he got from the FanDuel thing yesterday was all amazing for him because he got everyone there. You could have saw the crowd. It was full. So for me, I personally would love to see this end. And I think that just because, first off, as a basketball fan, I want to see this end. As a Cavs fan, I actually don't want him back. I think he should go to Miami. But finally, I want to see the NBA move forward. And look, Adam Silver said to himself, they're waiting on schedules. This is going to affect TV. This is going to affect actual, like, really important things. So I think the NBA is going to get involved. I think they understand this is the final season of LeBron, and he wants to make sure after the World Cup's fully over, he can get his time in the light. Because let's be honest, if LeBron announces his signing on Sunday morning, by that evening, they're going to be talking about the World Cup match because that's more important. I love the NBA, but I really am way more interested in Spain versus Argentina than where LeBron signs because of his antics so far. So that is my opinion on this from a unbiased basketball fan who just wants to see the NBA move forward. I want to see what you guys think. Let me know where you think LeBron ends up. Sadly, it's something we should talk about. LeBron James is the greatest player of all time. Or if you don't think that, you think Jordan, he is still one of the greatest players of all time. Let me know what you guys think, where he's going to end up. Also, let me know if you think I'm off. Look, I came off a little strong on Rich Paul and LeBron, and I think those guys are amazing. They are talented. They earned where they're at as people, but they think because of where they earned where they at and how long it's been since they've been a consumer, that they forget that for us, this is what we get excited about. So once again, let me know what you guys think. I hope you enjoyed this video. Peace.